This is the ZEVO 600 delivery van. It is a 100% electric van made by the company BrightDrop, and it is purpose-built for last mile delivery. Now, BrightDrop is 100% owned by General Motors, and Mary Barra, the CEO of GM, has been extremely vocal about her mission to make GM a fully EV-oriented company, and this van fulfills the parcel delivery last mile logistics aspect of that goal. Now, because it is owned by GM, BrightDrop benefits from the supply chain relationships and manufacturing know-how of their parent company, but they're free to operate almost like a startup. So they're relatively free of many of the bureaucracies which are ubiquitous at big mega corporations like GM. That has actually allowed BrightDrop to go from design phase to first units delivered in an incredibly short period of time. Now, why parcel delivery and why a van like this? Well, parcel delivery, as far as EVs go, it is the perfect application for EVs. For one, most parcel delivery routes do lots of stop and go city-style driving instead of highway. Now, it might be counterintuitive, but EVs, modern EVs like the ZEVO, are equipped with regenerative braking, and that gives them better range in city-style stop and go driving because they utilize the momentum of the van slowing down and the friction that creates during the braking process to actually recharge the batteries. So the more you brake, the longer you can drive. Also, most parcel delivery routes do an average of between 50 to 150 miles per day. That is a sweet spot for EVs. It's far enough to where you realize the operational benefits and savings of having an EV, but it's not so far that you risk running out of juice. And then lastly, most parcel delivery routes, the van comes back to the same location every night, and that gives them an opportunity to charge before they go back out to work the next day. So that's a little bit on why parcel delivery is the perfect application for EVs. Let's talk a little bit more about this ZEVO 600 van. At the front of the ZEVO van, the first thing that you'll notice is this massive single-piece windshield. This gives the driver amazing visibility all around the front of the vehicle, especially in combination with the standard LED headlights. Now, something to remember is that this is an electric vehicle, so there isn't an internal combustion engine that they have to configure the front of the van around, and offers the driver very good visibility. Moving around to the side of the ZEVO, the mirrors are heated and the angles are controlled electronically from inside the cab along with power windows. Now, you'll notice that this van was designed as a walk-in or step van, and that ties right back into its purpose of being a last mile parcel delivery van. This is designed for the driver to get up from their seat, get a package from the back, exit the vehicle, and then re-enter the vehicle upwards of 100 times per day. So being able to do that very efficiently is extremely important. So it has this nice big doorway here. One of the advantages of being an EV is it doesn't have a drivetrain taking up space, and that allowed BrightDrop to actually make the stepwell several inches closer to the ground, and that makes it much easier on the driver. Now, looking at the side of the BrightDrop ZEVO 600 van, you may notice that it looks a little bit different compared to a traditional walk-in step van. That's because a traditional walk-in step van, the chassis manufacturer and the body company completing it are two completely separate companies in most cases. What they do is take a stripped chassis with an internal combustion engine, ship it to a second stage manufacturer who then rivets some sheets of aluminum together to turn it into a usable truck. BrightDrop, on the other hand, manufactures this product from start to finish themselves, and that offers a much tighter and integrated design. Here at the back of the van, you'll also notice that tightly integrated design. These grab handles have recessed cutouts to make it very easy to initiate 3 points of contact getting in and out of the back of the van, and all the way up to the top, you can see the backup camera recessed into its plastic protective molding. The roll-up door is made by a company called Drans Global, which is the market leader for this style of door due to their lightweight composite material that is ultra durable. These little details are extremely important to last mile logistics companies because these doors have to put up with years of abuse, and Drans Global is the leader for this type of door. In the cargo area of the ZEVO 600, you can see there's plenty of space. Now, I'm 5'10", and I have plenty of headroom. Honestly, someone 6'2" or 6'3", I think could stand up in here, no problem. Now, you probably may have figured it out by now, but the 600 in ZEVO 600 means 600 cubic feet of storage capacity. BrightDrop does offer a smaller 400 cubic foot version of this van, and it's been rumored that they're working on a larger P1000 version as well. Now the shelving, they have 2 rows of aluminum folding shelving going down each side of the van, and I have to say this looks like heavy duty, robust shelves. In fact, this is the #1 thing that I see companies get wrong. I've worked with a lot of body companies over the years who want to sell their product to FedEx ground contractors or other parcel delivery companies, and the shelving is tough to get because these drivers are very tough on shelving. They need to put up with years of abuse. It looks like BrightDrop got it right. These are some robust aluminum shelves. The ZEVO 600 comes standard with motion activated LED lighting, and while this one that I'm standing in right now does not have a translucent roof, it is an option for better visibility. Moving into the cab of the ZEVO 600, again, you'll notice how spacious it is, and that goes back into the walk-in van design. Again, this is purpose-built for last mile delivery, where someone is going to be getting in and out of the van at least 100, if not 200 times per day. And you can see the seat sits up very high, and if you go to stand up, I'm almost in a full standing position right away. Now, you may not necessarily want that if you were driving 500 miles all day on the highway, but again, for last mile logistics, if you're going to be getting out of the seat 100 times per day, that is a huge time savings for the driver. Not only that, but it allows the driver to get a package from the bulkhead door and exit on the curb side of the vehicle instead of stepping out into traffic. So it's a significant safety feature as well. Now, I had the opportunity to drive the ZEVO 600 earlier this year at the NTEA Work Truck Week in Indianapolis, and I have to say, they nailed it. The acceleration, the handling, the regenerative braking, the ease and egress as you move throughout the van, and the UI, they've done a phenomenal job. Now, admittedly, this is not the final version that customers will take delivery of. So for example, they did some testing and realized that this screen here, for example, sticks out a little too far and couriers were hitting the corners of boxes on it. So the final version will have this screen moved back just a few inches. Also, in that same note, they're going to take the shifter and move it from a dash style shifter to a column shifter. Some other things that are going to change: the actual UI itself. This is not the final version. BrightDrop will actually have a fleet management software solution shipping on the final version of this, but this does have Google Maps and many other little niceties. One of the things that I noticed inside the cab, there is an incredible amount of storage. You have these huge bins right up here underneath the windshield, which have power outlets. There's USB outlets here. There's more storage underneath there. The air conditioning in this thing, by the way, is pumping, and it feels really nice in here. It's actually a hot day in Seattle while we're filming this. Also, this has a sound system of its own. Pretty neat. The hazard light button right there is really big and easily accessible. To change the mirrors or move the mirrors, all of that functionality is over here, along with lock and unlock, parking brake, it looks like dome lights. Thank you for joining us for this preview of the BrightDrop ZEVO 600 van. BrightDrop is currently accepting orders for the ZEVO with a time to production of only 3 months at the time of this video being recorded. You can visit their website at gobrightdrop.com. Routing for Success is brought to you by AP Equipment Financing. AP is more than just a source of money. We're a one-stop shop for your fleet needs, assisting with ordering, upfitting, procurement, vehicle storage and transportation, preventative maintenance plans, and more. You can visit us online at apfinancing.com.